Hello everyone and welcome back to the Masked Pundit. Now I do apologise if the lighting is not the best. It is currently 5 in the morning as I'm recording this, so don't say I don't do anything for you. But yeah, today we're going to give my preview for tonight's game technically, which will see Arsenal take on Atletico Madrid at the Emirates Stadium in the Champions League, so let's get into it. Now obviously with both of these teams, we're not exactly expecting an easy on the eye game, I'm not exactly expecting free-flowing football, tiki-taka passing, all that stuff. No, absolutely not. I think it's going to be two teams sitting back, two teams you can counter, set pieces, especially for Arsenal, set piece FC and all that, which, I'm not saying that as I support Arsenal. It's not a bad thing at all. We're good at them. I don't get why opposition fans criticise us so much for that. And obviously, I know it's football banter and everything, but end of the day, it is our strong point. And I mean, other teams would love to be as good at set pieces as we are. Atletico Madrid, obviously, you know what you're going to get with Simeone. They do the dark arts of football very well. They're going to wind up the team. They're going to, play for every foul. They're going to sit back, they're going to counter, they're going to commit bodies back when defending. They're going to be very physical as well. But they've also got some good pace, especially on the counter. I mean, obviously, they got Julian Alvarez, who is rapid, used to play at Man City, obviously. Thiago Almada scored in the last game against Osasuna where they won 1-0. But before that was a clean sheet. Before that, they've been conceding about a goal or two every recent few games. I think before that, it was the Villarreal one was the last one they didn't concede, which I believe was before the Liverpool game. Obviously, we saw them play Liverpool in the Champions League, and they conceded quite early in that. 2 goals, they had a terrible first few minutes. So, they've been conceding about a goal a game since then. There's been a couple 2 goals as well. But they still got some quality players in there. As I said, Thiago Almada, I think, is a decent player. I believe just came back from injury, but I might be wrong on that part. Obviously, Griezmann, not getting as many goals, but you still know the creativity he can bring. There's someone else, even, they have Soyoff off the bench, who's going to be that tall, physical striker if they need, the dangerous from crosses and set pieces. So it's going to be a very difficult game, as you'd expect from Atletico. Any team that's managed by Simeone is going to be difficult to beat. So, and Arsenal's set pieces here are going to mean a lot as well. We're going to have to both be good at both end boxes when it comes to set pieces. Let's get into my predicted lineup. In goal, David Raya. No change there. I do expect a few changes in this game because we only played on Saturday. But David Raya will not be one of them. Neither will most of the back line. I think right back it will be Timber still, especially as Ben White is still not 100% fit. Saliba will play as well, I believe. I think Saliba starts in that centre-back position. Gabriel on the left. Now, apparently, Hincapié is available for this game, but he's just came back, so he's not going to be starting. He might get a few minutes off the bench. But left back will be my first change. I think it will be Miles Lewis-Skelly. Calafiori's played a lot of football recently. He played on Saturday. And Lewis-Skelly is an absolutely fine option to play in these types of games. The rotation, him inverting into the midfield could also be crucial to overwhelm that midfield a bit. Calafiori does that as well, but obviously Lewis-Skelly does it quite well. So yeah, I think Lewis-Skelly will play that game. Midfield, I think there will also be a change. Yeah, I think Declan Rice will play, which is no different. I think Movino will play instead of Zubimendi though. Again, I just think Zubimendi, his height, what he offers in both boxes, his aerial duels could be very, very important. Obviously, he's known in the Spanish League as well for his time at Sociedad. So is Zubimendi, but Movino, I think this type of game suits him quite well. So he's been on absolute fire for Spain, especially, the amount of goals he's got there. So I do think Movino will play, and I'm fine with that, And then on the right, it's going to be Eze, or is that more forward one? It'll be Eze, whichever formation you want to look at it as. Not his best game against Fulham, but he could be crucial for this game to break down his creativity, to break down the defence of Atleti will be crucial. So hopefully he can step up here. Again, we're missing Odegaard a little bit, but it's not that midfield that we don't like. That Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Marino one. It's still slightly different, so I'm okay with that midfield. On the Left wing. No, I would go with Martinelli. I can see Arteta going with Trossard again. Because again, that little bit more creativity from Trossard. Martinelli's great when there's teams that are going to give him lots of space. He's probably not going to get that against Atleti. But it might be a bit slower paced. The Spanish league is a bit slower paced compared to the Premier League. So Martinelli still could have a good game against Atleti, I think. But it's still a good impact sub. And I think Trossard probably plays. On the right, Saka. He's going to play every game if he's fit. Again, he's going to be crucial. I thought he was one of our best he was our best creative outlet against Fulham, and he'll be one of our biggest creative outlets here. And then up front, Victor Gyökeres, easy as that. Especially whilst Havertz still isn't 100% fit. He is coming back though. He's nearly back, so that'll be good competition for Havertz. But hopefully Gyökeres can get a goal. He desperately needs one. My prediction. I do think it's going to be difficult. Arsenal haven't conceded much at all. Only 3 goals conceded in 11 games, I believe. Yet he's still going to be difficult to break down. Also, we played the Spanish team as well. We played Atletico Bilbao. I'm going to say a 2-0. I do think we'll win 2-0. I'm feeling confident at the Emirates. We'll go with Gabriel from a corner. Set piece FC strikes again, and we'll go Mourinho. As I said, he's on form. Why not? Let's back him. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like, hit that subscribe button, share it around. And it's all greatly appreciated. Hope to see you in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed the video.